Right, Shalom Akyam. Foremost, before I begin this lesson, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Honors go out to our apostles, elders, great millstone, who rule and teach well. Shalom wa barakim to you, brothers and sisters out there, man. All right, just a brief lesson I wanted to get in, in the morning. Basically, I just want to cover a couple things real quick, which really, basically, don't be a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Apply the scriptures to your life, which is always something that we talk about. Brothers are constantly pushing that out there. Hey, don't be a hypocrite. Apply. Be about what you speak on, man. If you're teaching and doing all this other stuff, you're going out there on the highways and byways, making videos, reprimanding brothers, you need to make sure that you're on point too. Okay? Don't be like the scribes and Pharisees, the wicked ones. All right? Because a Pharisee and a scribe isn't automatically wicked. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the position, you see. But don't be one of those guys that is putting out orders and putting out rebukes and all that. But here it is, you're not doing shit. Just keep it $1.50. So that, and then just really play your role in this thing, man. Stop trying to overstep. Stop trying to go above your pay grade. Understand that everybody in the body is important, but you don't have a body if everyone wants to be the head. You don't have a body if everybody wants to be the toe. You don't have a body if everybody wants to be the right kidney. So you got to play your role in this thing, man. You got to figure out what your role is. Which it takes time, and we learn more about ourselves. I would say every day. We learn about ourselves all the time in this truth, man. We begin to actually understand, the type of spirit we have, what our job is, maybe, our gifts or gift, our lot, our tribe, all these different things you learn over time. All right. But it's important to play your role, man. You've been set in a position that you've been set in for a reason. Okay. Just, be grateful to be a part of the body, man. It shouldn't matter what position you have, because at the end of the day, your goal should be to receive salvation, man. To reap the benefits of your labors, right? So regardless if you're the head of the camp or the 100th man, you're laboring. You're catching hell. You're doing, you're praying, you're fasting, you're fellowshipping, you're doing all these things. You're hoping to receive a reward for your diligence in the ministry of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. It has absolutely nothing to do with rank, okay? And a lot of people get so caught up in that, let me not say a lot of people, but some people, they get caught up in that and they get big-headed, or they start to think, well, the Lord ain't dealing with me. Well, obviously the Lord is dealing with you, because you have the Holy Spirit, do you not? You have the Holy Spirit, okay? And don't think because you the head or the second or the third or the fourth of the camp that I gotta be of the elect. No. We've seen a lot of guys come and go, man, especially in the top ranking positions. All right, it's not unheard of for the head or the second or the third, fourth of the camp to fall out, man, and bug out. All right, so that's an important thing in this truth, is to stay humble, stay meek. All right, Yahweh Shai said, you got to treat one another. Basically, Yahweh Shai was pushing what you heard as a kid. That's where they get that from. They get that from Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, man. Treat others how you want to be treated. Yahweh Shai, he's the Son of God, but he came on the earth to minister. That's what he said. He washed the feet of his disciples, man. So we're to treat one another with respect and love one another. We're to serve one another, man. Just like how you got even police officers, which is a wicked society. Majority of them are fucking full of shit, but they're known as, like, if I'm not mistaken, like a public servant. Okay, their job is to serve, protect, and serve. Who are they supposed to serve? Really, they're supposed to serve you, help you out. When you get in a jam, they're supposed to help disputes. They're supposed to help, protect you, and all. They're supposed to serve you, man. We're supposed to serve one another. Okay. This is a brotherhood, man. This is beyond a friend. This is beyond, just a co-worker. No, this is a brotherhood, man. We're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Lord, when we endure, we're going to be judges and kings and priests together, man. Okay? So get out of that fucking tyrannical mindset. Get out of that, get out of that on the same level. Get out of that damn preeminence mindset. Okay, your goal should not be to get in this thing and, you know what, my goal is to become the head of the camp. No, how the fuck can that be? You got to understand the things that you say, bro, and the things that you think about. Mainly the things that you think about, because most of the things that come into our minds we don't say, right? Or we shouldn't. But because there's a lot of demons and a lot of, we're in the flesh. There's a lot of bugged out things that go on, man, in your mind. But that's why you got to constantly be focused on Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, and there's some construction shit going on behind me, Salaki, man. But you got to continue to walk in the spirit. All right. Now there ain't nothing wrong with being in this truth, and you of course, as you grow, you're looking forward to gaining more responsibilities. I mean, of course. All right, when you're in this truth, and you go up and experience in years, you're going to be, given different responsibilities, and you're going to be put over other men, and things and that's natural. Okay, but for you to desire to be a certain rank, it's just bugged out, man. The Lord's not dealing with that type of spirit. Okay, so it goes on both ends of the spectrum, man. The Lord ain't dealing with a tyrannical fucking dickhead, but at the same time, the Lord ain't dealing with a man that can't be in order. All right, the scriptures say let everything. And matter of fact, let me go ahead and grab that. All right, we're gonna get that first. I'm kind of all over the place, man, but Lord willing, it's edifying. All right, 1 Corinthians 14 and 40, and hence the numbers, right? 144. All right, let all things be done decently and in order. So everything is set up the way it is for a reason, man. Okay, don't get so caught up in. You know what you need to be focusing on, man. You've been given a specific responsibility within the camp, all right, from your leaders, or hell, if you are, a camp head or a second or whatever, you've been given responsibilities from, your elders, right, from brothers above you. So here's what we're gonna do, or here's what we should do, right? Yahweh wrote this out that we stay true to it. The responsibility that you were given within your camp, do that. Okay, do that, and then of course, because that's part of working out. That's part of working out your own salvation. It's Philippians 4 and 12, right? Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. If I'm not mistaken, that's where it's at. So let me get that. Part of if you're given, let's say, within the camp, your job is to hold the camera, or not hold the. Brothers got camera stands, but stand behind the camera. Or your job is to be over the tithes, or your job is to maybe to make sure brothers bring water to the camp. Maybe your job is to maybe you're appointed over a couple brothers, maybe you're whatever. Okay, your job is to your job is to bring something to class. You teach class every few weeks, or whatever the hell your job may be, right? Do that. Let other men do their job and do yours, okay? Don't try to overstep. Let other brothers handle their own shit. That goes from the top to the bottom to the top. If you're a fifth, bro, let the second and the first do their job. Don't try to be the head of the camp, man. Do yours. If you're the first and the second, let the men under you, let them handle their responsibilities. Everybody got to be doing something, man. Don't be doing another brother's job for him, because if you're doing another brother's job, then what is he doing? For one, you're not giving him an opportunity to participate in this thing in the sense of the camp. Or if he's just being lazy, then you're just aiding and filling his slothful spirit. Okay, let me go ahead and get this Philippians. So you got to be doing your duties within the camp. Whatever you've been assigned, you got to do that, man. And then you got to do your own things, right? It's not like, okay, you over the tithes, so you just do the tithes, but you ain't got to do no lessons. No, fuck that. All right, you're over the tithes and you got to do your lessons, man. You got to be studying. This walk is not a self-centered or a selfish thing, but that's the person you should be focusing on the most is yourself, man. All right, because sometimes you might get so caught up in you know, because it goes both ways. You know, I've had moments where I've been so caught up in myself that I'm not even thinking about brothers. And that's fucked up. You know, don't be like that. But I've also had times where I'm thinking so much about brothers and involving myself in brothers' affairs that I'm not focused on my own shit. And now I'm over here getting fucked up and hurt. You don't want to do that either. Okay? Which is the spirit, because Kaya brought up that word, balance. There's a balance to it, man. You want to be, you know, concerned about brothers, make sure brothers are straight, but first and foremost, make sure you doing your shit. Make sure your affairs and your situations and your work is getting handled, man. All right? We're not in this thing to hold brothers' hands, you know, and we're not in this thing to make a name for ourselves either. Right? So Philippians 4 and 12, Salaki, not 4 and 12. 2 and 12, is that what it is? Okay, yeah, Salaki. Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So that you got to work out your own salvation, man. But the scriptures talk about, you know, preeminence, which is trying to exalt yourselves above one another. And scriptures say, be not curious in unnecessary matters. Don't go above that which, you know, you are able, which you're given. You know, stay within your pay grade, man. All right? And that's speaking to myself first and foremost, right? Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. You got to look at yourself first when you make these lessons, man. Because I can tell you, I've had times where I've tried to do other brothers' job, man. It's not that the brother ain't doing his job. Just Jake get full of himself and, well, you know, no, do yours. Let brothers handle their own stuff, man. You know? Because you start to realize that, you know, sometimes you'll get so into something else. Well, I'm going to, you know, make sure this goes, make sure this happens. But now you're not doing your shit. Now when brothers are asking where this is at and what they're looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You lacking. We gave you this simple responsibility and you all the way over here. All right? So we got to work out our own salvation. Focus on your job description. Now don't be a nigga. You know, if a brother asks you to do something, you're like, well, that ain't my job. No, just fucking do it, right? But a lot of times brothers ain't going to do that. Okay? A head of a camp ain't going to ask you, hey, bro, run the camp for 2 weeks. It ain't going to happen, bro. You know? Or there's a brother that's over the tithes and he's telling you to watch over the tithes for the next 2 months. No, brother, ain't no, because what is he gonna be doing? There ain't no vacation. Everybody got to do their own job. Everybody got to do their own videos. Everybody got to study. Okay, we're not computers. You don't just download files, right? You got to actually put in the work. You got to actually give your due diligence, man. So, Lord willing that this was edifying to you. Like, this is just something I wanted to throw out there real quick, man. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors go out to our apostles and elders. Shalom.